In today's video on astrology, Aries Part 2, what motivates you and what drives you? Hey everyone, welcome to Astro Scoop. This is Jeff, the astrology coaching channel that does a deep dive into the planets and signs of the zodiac. And in today's video, we do Aries Part 2, the motivation and drives. What makes Aries tick? Well, there's two main components to what makes Aries, your trailblazer of a sign, tick. One is the need to win or come out on top and be first. Number two is a need for recognition in their immediate environment. At the base of most Aries people, there's definitely a need to win. Aries are competitive, even if it's with just themselves. Aries likes to win, and that's the preferred status of Aries. And Aries likes to come out on top or first. Being the first sign, it's natural and it's innate. And their need for recognition is also just as strong as that need to win. Now, the need for recognition is different than some of the other signs that need attention or recognition. Aries obviously is looking for love and to be accepted, and being the first sign, there is a naive quality there when they're seeking recognition, especially in earlier years. At the base of Aries, there can be a feeling of inadequacy. So some Aries people feel this nagging sense that they're not quite good enough, or they're not doing a good enough job in their personal lives or their career. So Aries strives for that recognition to get that reinforcement, so to speak. But most Aries people have an innate confidence. So even if you're feeling inadequate, the confidence, you can turn that weakness into a strength. On that note, here's a quick soundbite from my first Aries video. And some key words for Aries are dynamic, self-oriented, and inspiring. All the fire signs need to be motivated and feel passionate in their lives. Fire signs need excitement, and they need to feel inspired. And Aries is no exception. Aries, probably more so than Leo or Sagittarius, needs to feel fired up, so to speak, in their lives. And that's a strong motivator with forging ahead with their ideas and that cardinal fiery nature. To further understand the motivation or drives of Aries people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the Aries time period in the season by decanates or decans, and that just basically means tens. So each Aries season that starts in spring, it begins on the Pisces-Aries cusp, and it goes through an Aries I, Aries II, and an Aries III period, and then eventually the Aries-Taurus cusp. So Aries I, which starts around March 25th or March 26th and goes for about 7 to 10 days, comprises an Aries, a childlike Aries quality. So out of all the Aries, this are the Aries people that are the most childlike. And there's something very, very direct and frank about them. And they have this burning passion for living, for life, and very much like a child, regardless of their adult age. An example of an Aries I person is Vaughn. Vince was born in 1970 and has enjoyed many comedic roles over many decades. He was in a movie from the 90s called Swingers, Wedding Crashers, and he was recently in a movie called Freaky, where he got to display some of his likable Aries traits, but also be a little fiery and a little more menacing, which was interesting to see. And Vince definitely brings a certain likability and childlike quality to all his roles. Even now at 51 years old, he still has a freshness to his acting style. So as far as an Aries IIs, this goes from around April 2nd to April 10th, 9th or 10th. This is the Aries II personality and is governed by the Sun. So the first decanate of Aries is a true Aries. It's a Mars decanate. The second decanate is ruled by the Sun, which gives these Aries people a little bit of a leonine quality to their personality. And I mentioned Marlon Brando in my first video, and he was definitely someone that exemplified many Aries II qualities. Aries III decanate is governed by Jupiter, which gives them a sort of a Sagittarius flavor and some attributes of Jupiter, which is the planet of Sag. Aries III people are much more social in nature and are very, very idealistic, probably more so than Aries born in the other decans. So the Aries celebrity I picked for today is Rick or Ricky Schroeder. So Rick was born in mid-April 1970. And of course, Rick or Ricky Schroeder grew up as a child actor. He's known for The Champ from 1979. And then he did a whole host of small movies and a lot of TV work. But I believe Rick is kind of an underrated actor. There's a lot of actors and actresses out there that are well known, but that aren't A-listers and are underrated. And I think Ricky Schroeder is one of them. And he did a lot of good TV roles. He was in Scrubs. He was in 24, NYPD Blue. And he's given a good combination to his roles of sociability and likability, with while also being very headstrong and fiery. And you can see that sort of in his brow and in his eyes. He's got strength there. I hope the decanates or decans helps you to understand and kind of fine-tune each Aries personality. So you can be born on the Pisces-Aries cusp, you can be an Aries I, an Aries II, an Aries III, or you can be on the Aries-Taurus cusp, which I'll talk a little bit more about the Taurus video, which should be coming up in the next week. So stay tuned for that. So Aries, what an amazing sign you are. Fiery, dynamic, headstrong. You rush in where angels fear to tread. And we need people like you. We need people that don't hesitate in all sorts of professions. And the main lesson for Aries is transform some of those lower drives. If you are feeling selfish or too self-oriented or irritable, get yourself back, reset yourself, and find an activity or a job or a profession where you can be your strongest self and you can truly help others and lead others, which you're born to do. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today talking about Aries. I really do appreciate it. Stay here with Astro Scoop, where I give you the real scoop on astrology. Let's dig into it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And until the next one, stay safe and be yourself.